there, I'm Lee, and in this video, I'm gonna be sharing with you 10 of the best women's clothing brands to sell. Hey, I'm Lee Meyer, and I'm the founder of Listing of Freedom and the Empowered Reseller. And I help clothing resellers make more money without hustling harder. Let's get started. Now, there are hundreds and hundreds probably of women's clothing brands to sell. If I went through all of them, we would probably be here for the next 47 years. So instead, I've narrowed this video down to highlight 10 brands. I've also limited it to exclude like super luxury brands, which obviously are worth their money, but these are real brands that you're likely to find in thrift stores. Before we go ahead and get started, I want to invite you to grab my best brands list. This is the list of brands that I personally sell on a regular basis. They're ones I find in thrift stores and am able to turn around and flip for a profit. The list is free and you can find the link to grab that list below this video. All right, let's go ahead and jump on in. Number 10 on the list is AATA Silent Journey. Now, I hope I'm saying the name right, but I totally could be butchering it. This is a brand where the tag is a little bit hard to read. This is what it looks like. It has a script font, and the J for journey actually to me looks more like a cursive G. But that aside, this brand sells for around $35 to $40 on average, and the best items to sell are the tops and the dresses. They have a real boho vibe to them and lots of plaids, lots of florals, as well as embroidery. And the shirts, oftentimes they'll look like a plain, basic button-up shirt from the front, but once you flip them around, that's where you're gonna find some interesting features such as lace or embroidery, like this peacock shirt. Number 9 is a brand by the name of ModCloth. Now, maybe you've heard this one before, maybe you haven't. It was newer to me when I found out about it, and they do vintage or retro inspired designs. Some of the designs are gonna be loud and brightly colored prints. Some of them are a little bit more basic, solid items, like this dress that sold for $29. Now, the average sale price on this brand isn't super high. It runs right around $20 to $25, but it can make a good thrift store flip if you find it cheap enough. Number 8 is one of my favorite brands to find when out flipping because I know I can make quite a bit of money off of it. And this is the brand called Flax. Now, all of their items are either linen or linen blend or organic linen. And because of that, that pushes up that average sale price. Almost all of the items, if not all of their items, are solid color. You're not gonna find a lot of prints with this. And the Flax brand specializes in this login look, which is a layered look. A lot of their pieces are very oversized. And so make sure you use the keyword login look when you're writing your titles. This is what some of these items selling look like, as well as what the tag looks like. Some of the best items to sell from this brand are their dresses. These can go for the most money, like this dress that sold for $55. That is not any kind of pie in the sky thing. Like these dresses do sell for, $50 to even upwards, closer to that $100 mark. Number 7 is a brand by the name of Commando. Now, this brand specializes in a faux leather look for their items. And the tag is translucent that you will find on the inside of items, and it looks like this. They make a huge variety of different items, but some of their most popular are their leggings, as well as other various items like this skirt that sold for over $60 in used condition. Number 6 on this list is a brand that has an average sale price of over $58, actually closer to the $60 per item mark for items in used condition. And the name of this brand is Veta. Now, Veta specializes in capsule wear items. If you're not familiar with what capsule wardrobe is, it is basically a mix and match where you can have all these different tops go with all these different pants, and it gives you an endless combination of items that you can, or outfits that you can wear. And so the Veta brand has they have emphasized that their items will work for a capsule wardrobe. And that being said, most of the items are solid print. Some will have solid, no print. Some of them will have very minimal print, like this skirt that sold for $85. Number 5 is a brand of bras that I love to find. Now, a lot of thrift stores mark up those big name brands that everybody's heard of, like Victoria's Secret, but they forget to mark up, or they don't know that because they haven't heard of these smaller companies. Like the next brand on this list, which is by the name of NYX, K-N-I-X. So this is one that you may be able to find very cheap in thrift stores. They primarily sell bras, but they do have a few shapewear items. This brand sells for around $20 to $25 on average, which is pretty good when you're selling a small item like a bra. Number 4 is a classic brand that I just could not exclude from this video, and that is Eileen Fisher. Now, one of the great things about Eileen Fisher is the tag has pretty much stayed the same throughout the years, so it's very easy to recognize. Most of the items are solid in nature, not a lot of prints going on, and they do have premium materials like organic linen or maybe non-organic linen, and those are going to be some of the best selling items. The other thing that can help boost your sale price and your profits with these items is looking for those bigger sizes. This is a sweater in size 3X organic linen that sold for almost $55. Number 3 on the list averages across the brand about $45 average sale price. And this is the brand by the name Peruvian Connections. Now, initially this brand started by selling sweaters that were made from alpaca fibers, but the brand has since branched into other types of items outside of the sweater category and outside of, using alpaca wool. And so you will find all sorts of types of items in this brand, career wear, skirts, blouses, jackets, and these items are really good sellers. This brand, the sweaters, as well as these other types of items, do sell pretty quickly. There's a few different variations as far as the tags go. Some of them will have the little alpaca logo on them. And I want to show you this awesome sale that I made. It was an item that I found when I was out thrifting, and so many resellers, every other reseller, I will say, passed this item by. It was just sitting there. Everybody else walked by it, grabbed it, saw it was a Peruvian connection, and got it up and listed. And within just a few days, I think it was like 2 or 3 days, this item, this sweater, beautiful sweater, sold for full price of nearly $100. All right, we are almost there. We've made it to number 2 on the list, and this is Spanx. Now, you probably think of Spanx as that shapewear brand to help, control all of the bounce, but they do make clothing items, and this is what I want to highlight here. The shapewear items, they're great to sell. They do, sell really well and do hold their value really well, but the Spanx clothing items can go for even more money than their shapewear. And so one of their most popular items are leggings. And this is a pair that sold for $35. This is very typical for this brand for their apparel non-shapewear items. The tag on this brand is bright red, so it makes it super easy to identify this brand quickly. All right, we have made it to the number 1 spot, and I have saved this for a brand that sells for $70 to $80 on average per item for items in used condition, and this is the brand St. John. Now, the labels on this brand are going to vary widely because the brand has been around for quite some time, and they also produce several different lines within their brand, and so you will find a variation as far as the tag styles, but what it comes down to is basically any St. John item is probably worth your investment to find and flip online. This 3-piece evening wear set sold for almost $300. I hope you've enjoyed this video of 10 of the best women's clothing brands to sell, but I want you to know that really the sky is the limit because this is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to women's brands worth reselling. Be sure to grab my free brands list before you go. The link is below this video. And like this video and subscribe to my channel so that you can get more content like this to help you make more money without hustling harder. See you soon.